terega di jona mam. Vana vote terega di jona. Vana vote terega di jona mam. Mutirindi tingapera.
Tenzi wangu mambo wema zitenzi. Diminya tene muno banzano kune waperero. Taperero ishe wangu.
Dimiganya tene mtana wa masira. Hakuna wakafanana ne. Mutirindire. Zaino shema kwibana. Zaino shema kwibana. Zaino shema kwibana. Zaino shema kwibana.
Kuvavona vachifamba toti zvavo. Pfungwa dziri kure apo moyo yakaputsika.
Umberereka namakwini.
Kombi apa kusoro yakasomomanya kombi yopinda yona ndatopinda murodi ndakufamba kudai saka ndazozonga kombi yangu yakumashure kwangu ndatosweva kuda murodi chibva yangotanga kutopikiduka yatoyorera mumadziro apo saka vatatomanya vatotanga kubudisa vana mota muya vatopakanga wakuwara vaita sei saka mashure mekompyuta kune mota yemapurisa ingari kuti yakayakuteera saka payangonoti vaita accident vabva yatoita 10 vatoda kutanga kutiza saka ukadzonga kwabva pasvika imwe mota ukadzonga kutopinda mota nini achitonongedza kuti iyi ndo mota ine mapurisa akonzeresa chi accident ndobva vateerwa vabva todi ndobva vari batwa bvazovoiwa nawo apa tatabva tanga kubudisa vana vakuwara vechikoro nadhiraivha vacho navamwe vabereki vanga varimo tu vabva vangokuwara kupira pasipoti ipapo
tatine mota
Good evening, 4 May 2022. This is JCTV Africa and Zim Social Network, from wherever you're watching from. Today we are talking about this important subject of what can be done to alleviate the transport wars that are happening in Zimbabwe, and what can we do as citizens in order to stop this. This is what we're going to be looking at. Tell us where you're watching us from, as we delve into this subject. Unfortunately, I could not get hold of government official. The ones that I managed to try to reach, they said they were busy, they could not make it to the program. And I also felt that it would be injustice to bring again Mr. Mandaza, whom I had on Sunday. We probably need to give me some space and let us talk as citizens from wherever you are watching us from. Let's talk about this subject. What can we do? But before we go into that subject, I want us to look at this developing story. I managed to get hold of one of the victims. There is a gentleman that I spoke to about an hour ago. They lost their sister, a Form 1 sister girl that was going to school. So they've lost, she was one of the people that passed away. However, he could not make it on this program because he's still communicating with the family so that they can give us a full report of what transpired. So I'm gonna try to get in touch with him tomorrow so that he can furnish me with all the details. So obviously I can't reveal that to now, or the identity of the person, but what I can tell you is that one of the victim that died was a Form 1 girl student. And the unfortunate part is that she is the only girl in the family, and the family is coming to grips with what has taken place. So it's a problem, and we need to look at it. For your own information, those who were asking, some people were asking on the program, on the comments, that what is happening with use of spikes. According to in 2017, the spikes were banned. I think April 2017, there was a high court, there was a ruling that the spikes must not supposed to be used. But then the High Court then ruled in favor of that. So the Supreme Court is still to hear that issue, because the Passenger Association of Zimbabwe, they came to the Supreme Court in order to hear that story, that can police continue to use mass spikes Munzira. Anyway, the question that we are asking today is, what can we do with our transport system in Zimbabwe? What are the solutions that you can proffer? I can hear from Arnold is saying that this is said, why let Mshikashika work, because even ZUPCO transport download, but police is busy chasing Mshikashika and killing innocent people. I'm going to give you my 2 cents into this matter. Ines Shumba is saying that Makombi Ngadzoke per road. Let me see if I've got a WhatsApp message here. Okay, no, it's something else. Okay. Makombi Ngadzoke per road. And then I'm seeing here Moses Mahlangu. Mukoma wangu vanhu vezvimu tikasashinga hakuna achatirwira ZANU-PF haina panya nepo kana kuti macitizens enyika chavari kushandira kudzidzavane dzavo vasati vabva vashinga mwana wekushinga. That is Moses Mahlangu giving us his comments there. But anyway, I'm just going to give you my own opinion into this, looking at what is happening. My thinking is there is a solution. My thinking is from the report that we got from the police. Look at this report that we got from the police. This is the report that came from the police, and this is what they said. Look what they say. This is the government spokesperson. The report from the police is saying that okay, just get the first. This is what they say. ZRP is investigating the circumstances in which a speeding Toyota Hiace Kombi went through a checkpoint along Vumba Mutare Road. The vehicle had a left tire burst after the roadblock and it overturned before landing on a Jurao at CMED Mutare Depot this morning and at 07 hours. As a result, 4 people died and 8 others were injured. The police are now conducting investigations. But if you can listen to this clip that I played to you earlier, it says the guy was saying the Kombi was not even driving faster. And the Kombi anga isikumanya. So my question is, how do you reconcile the two? Because Manikapo, this gentleman is saying, let's just listen to him. He's saying that Kombi anga isikumanya. Asi this one akutizo. Yeah.
Kombi pinda iona ndatopinda ngoti andakufamba daiso saka
Ari kuti Kombi anga isikumanya. These police are saying the Kombi was speeding. So who do we believe? To believe in between the two. This one is saying Kombi anga isikumanya.
Kombi apa kusoro yake somomanya Kombi pinda iona ndatopinda ngoti andakufamba daiso saka ndakutodaiso Kombi yangu yakuti mashure kwangu ndakusweva buda murodi chibva yangu tanga kutopikiduka ndaitoyoroda pamadziro apo
zvoreva kuti iye anga achitoiona Kombi yanga iri kumashure kurinzi anga achidrive one speed, right? But these police are saying that it was speeding. So that is the unfortunate part. So they are defending their own and we have a problem. The ZRP are defending their own and there is no way, there is no one who is going to defend us as Zimbabweans. That is for sure. And we must understand that part. Then the second thing is the government is not offering solution. Government is aware of the regret and regrets the current transport difficulties being experienced in Harare by Harare commuters and would like to assure them in the nation that plans are underway to bring relief, short and long-term efficient urban mass transportation system solution will be implemented. Do you think this is enough to say they will be implemented? Tell us what you are going to do. Because you are just telling us that we are going to improve. Because you can't remove Makombi Murodi Musatmane solution. If they had done this, probably time what we are phasing out at the end of the year. End of the year, and they are not traveling as much as they would do. Then we are phasing out a system and we are implementing a new system. Chitangamana January. I would understand. But not kuti in the middle of the year, you arrest KOMBIS and Mshikashika. You arrest them and you take them out of the road. You don't have the ZUPCOs. According to the information that we got, the CEO of ZUPCO is saying there are 1,000 buses, which I have highlighted to you earlier on. So those are 1,000 buses are for the national. And how many people do we have? We've got 15 million people in Zimbabwe. Is that enough to service 15 million people? Even the half of that population. It's not enough because 1,000 buses can only service 100,000 people. 100 to 200 or 250,000. Because bus rikabuda, rikadzoka, rikabuda, rikadzoka. At least if bus can do 3 trips in the evening, it can alleviate transport wars in the town. But mind you, people are going to different places. So it will take time. It will take it an hour kuenda ku location nekudzoka. So you need at least these buses. Just imagine Harare chete, they can only serve probably 300,000 people per each time, which is not enough. So Kelvin Kells is saying that Zimbabweans are too soft. Yes, we must join Operation Free Zimbabwe. Government is stupid, no regrama research town. Yes. Then I'm going to answer some of your questions. Then the second thing that I think we need to address is the government, if they want to see change in our transport system, back then, when we were growing up, tatine a supermarket of transport system. Kwanga kune train, kwanga kune mabhazi, kwanga kune makombi, anditi kwanga kune mazupco, anditi. So you had all this kwanga kuzoitawo mataxi. So we had 5 transport systems in place, which I have actually mentioned. Right now, mabhazi ari kunzi ngaite mazupco. But back then we had mazupco. But tatina na vana chawasarira, tatina na munenzva, tatina na vana mabhazi akawanda. I can't remember them by name, but tatine mabhazi akawandisa. Mabus operators vana tender, they were there. So these bus services, they were there to service the community. They were there to service the community. So the government, if they want a lasting solution, they should bring these players, private players, into place so that they can service my towns. They must not be ZUPCOs, all of them, right? And one. So it's not, you can't have a transport system in a nation like Zimbabwe.
Saka mashure mekombiyuta kune mota yemapurisa ingari kuti yakayakutera saka payangonoti vaita accident vabva yatoita U-turn vatodanga saka mukadzi wangu kwabva pasvika imwe mota, mukadzi wangu wabva topinda mota nini achitonongedza kuti iyi ndo mota ine mapurisa akonzeresa accident. Vabva vaterwa vatodivatwa vazoiva nawo apa tatabva takabudisa vana vakuwara vechikoro nadhiraivha vacho navamwe vabereki vanga varimo tuvabva vangokuwara kupira pasipoti pavo.
Tatine mota yedu kutobvoka tatobvoka tazoona mota yange tofamba zvakare yange ichikumhanya makombi.
So what I'm saying is, if there are at least 5, I mean, there are private players that I was telling you about. Makombi ngapinde muma associations, just like Jakarta Munum South Africa. They have my associations. There's this guy who said something that was interesting. He said that the solution, let Kombi operators set up an association like Bukta, association that report to the council. Kombis register under an association and operate under a code of conduct. Monitor, evaluate, and adjust. ZUPCO keeps on operating available to those who choose it. People must have a choice. People must not be subjected to one form of transport. Right? Zvakangofana munhu ada kuenda kuJoburg. Handiti kana munhu aida kuenda kuJoburg ane two options. Say that they can fly. You've got three options. They can fly, they can take the bus, they can drive. Right? They've got 3 options. But muZimbabwe chete ndo mamuda kudzonzi iwewe kana uida kuenda unoenda kubasa ungotora ZUPCO or else you drive. 42 years into our independence, this is what the same problem that we're still having. So I like what this guy said, and I'm for the same vein to say, bring private players. They can be monitored. Right? You can't just say, we can't have this solution. You have associations that can be able to be monitored by the city council. They fall under city council and then they report to the city council. Right? If there is any problems, they have to abide by the bylaws and then you have Mshikashika, because everyone you can't have such a system in a government. You need to then regulate to say mun arda kupinda system ngapinda system through a already set up a private sector, right? So that kana ndoda kukwiro 50 cents pinda mtawa ndopinda neZUPCO munhu aizoti manheru kuseni ndogona kukwira bhazi ndogona kukwira chawasarira manheru ndopinda hangu muzupco handichina chandichamhanyira ndakuda kuenda hangu kumba but kuseni ndiri kumhanyira kuenda kubasa ndopinda kana kuti mukombe. People must be having those kind of choices. So that is very, very important. So I really feel that if the government is not going to, because this issue it's solvable. It's not like it's dead under the water, you cannot solve this problem. Gadzerika, if they can allow private players right now, in a matter of weeks, this problem will be resolved. Because if they can say, they can actually jump in. Because right now, they don't have business. Put them on the road, let them operate, use all these local roads. Because clearly, with Makombi, they cannot be sustainable, especially in the roads that are at now. Mabhazi ndo anotori a better solution that can provide to assist people, because at least one suspension in farm, so ASEAN and Makombi, then you won't have a lot of, reduce the police presence on the road, remove draconian laws, police aggressions must spike. Because what we know with mass spikes, they are used only for criminals. So in other words, the government is criminalizing passenger drivers, and they are criminalizing, and they are saying that one chance on spike. Zuro ndi zuro vanaishanisa mapurisa aishanisa mabaton stick kurwa mawindscreen, and people vanhu vakakwara. Ndo zvinhu zvakatoendera hopo chimono kujere early last year, achinzi purisa aro wakombi mai vakakwara musika vakwara mukombi imomo. Right now we have this problem that is happening in Harare. Surely there is need for the government to intervene, call the private players, everyone that is in the business of transporting passengers, Gawapindi, Makombi, Gawapindi, but let them be regulated, let them have maybe Kwadzana, or maybe Harare West, Harare South Association, Harare East Association, and then Moito National Association. Let them copy something from South Africa. We have those associations. They put it, but one supply my boots assigned, so that you don't have a problem. Just like you wait a ZUPCO, also then you have these things resolved. Otherwise, we'll continue having the same problem, right? That is my immediate solution. I would like to hear from you. What do you think about this? And I'm going to open the lines. And if you have any contribution, you can also call us on WhatsApp and you can be part of the conversation. But these are my thoughts that I thought I need to share with you. Kuti mabazi aripo, makampani ane mabazi, they can be there. If people are going to see this business and say, tine mabazi angu maybe 20 or 30 that are parked, put them in town, let them fall under an association. It's very easy to set up. There are people who are already in the industry. Bring them on the board, and those people, they can be part of an association. Give them laws, which you operate under this, implement and adjust, like what this guy was saying. And that's the only way. Because clearly ZUPCO cannot be able to service even one, right? People are struggling. So we definitely have a problem. So those are the things that I want to ask you to contribute. If you want to be part of the show, there are two ways. You can follow the link that I've just posted. Number two, you can also call us on WhatsApp and give us your contribution. So that is, in the meantime, I'm going to play that song, and you join the if you want to be part of the conversation, you can jump in.
Vanavotetereka ndichona mama, vanavotetereka ndichona, vanavotetereka ndichona mama, mutirindire tingapera,
mupenzi wangu mambo wemadzitete ndiminyatene munobaza nokune vaperero tapererwa ishe wangu
timikanyatene mutana wa mazera hakuna wakafanana ne mutirindire
kuvavona vachifamba toti zvavo pfungwa dziri kure apo mwoyo yakaputsika
uberereka makwiningwi
kombi yabva kumusoro yakasomomhanya kombi iyo ndaiona ndatopinda murodhi ndakufamba dai saka ndazozonga kombi yangu kumashure kwangu ndatoswevha kuda murodhi chibva yangotanga kutopikiduka ndaitoyorwera pamadziro apo saka ndavamhanya bva ndatotanga kubudisa vana mota mweya mutoda kwakanga wakuwara waita sei saka kumashure mekombi kune mota yemapurisa ingairudi yakayakuteera saka payangonoti vaita accident vabva yatoita u10 vaitoda kutanga kutiza saka mukazangobva pasvika imwe mota mukazangobva topinda mota nini achitonongedza kuti iyi ndo mota ine mapurisa akonzeresa chi accident ndobva vateerwa vabva toti ndobva vari batwa bvazoiwa nawo apa tatanga budisa vana vakuwara vechikoro nadhiraivha vacho navamwe vabereki vanga varimo tuvabva vangokuwara fira pasipoti ipapo
tatine mota
mutirindira tingapera bavo
Anyway, yes, we are back again. If you want to make your contribution, please get in touch with us on WhatsApp and on the link that I've just posted on the comment section. You can make your contribution. What do you think about the transport wars that we are seeing? What are your suggestions? Some people are saying bring the Mshikashika back. Some are saying just bring the kombis. Some are saying bring private players, like what I've said. Let's bring the private players into the business so that they can also benefit. Some are saying let's go and register to vote. Some of you are saying that Grace once said kana zvadai Grace aingoti indigenization munhu chero achavatengesa ya munyika yakaoma hakuna mabasa zvaitofamba zvino izvezvi kwese makombi. banned in the street, vending isa marathon yega yega. So those are the things that I wanted us to look at. What are your thoughts on this, on the issue that we have at hand? As I was saying earlier on, I contacted one of the victims earlier today, about an hour ago, and this is what he had to say, that they've lost a sister. Tomorrow it will be your sister or your brother, or it could be you who become a victim of this police brutality. And you can clearly see, Kuti, the police, they don't have any regard for human life, because if you can play the video that is circulating on social media, you can tell that the people are not remorseful of what they had done. Baba kuraya munhu, but they are not remorseful. They are saying, "Aisi mosha yedu." And then you ask, whose fault is it? And they'll tell you that, no, it's not our fault. So they don't care. They don't care, and we should condemn that. So what can we do as a people in order probably to petition our government to stop this, or to make sure that we have a safe and a sound transport system in our roads, and ensure we have people can go to work and come back, people can go to school and come back, people can go to the varsities and different places in the country without having problems. Those are the thoughts that I wanted to hear from you. If you are here, you know what to do. Go on our WhatsApp and give us your comment or share with us your contribution. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, if I don't see any comment in the next 1 minute, I'll have to close this program. I see here there is J. King Kenya saying Azani is very abusive to the citizens everywhere on our roads, our houses, at work is Zani holding citizens peace. We can't breathe. Right. That is Jack Ngwenya. And above all, let's reach the vote. We defend our vote. Then we can remove ZANU PF. That is Jack Ngwenya giving us his comment there. I don't know if it's he or she, but saying that let's start to vote. I can see another one here. Jitau, J-Tau. ZANU must go, full stop. ZUPCO ataiona chinzi atengwa ambori kupi. There are about 1,000 that are functional at the moment, which are not enough to service the whole country. Though they are saying they are forcing people to appear in the same business, but it's not viable. People must be having choices. 3 or 4 transport systems. Even the developed world, that's what they are doing. You go to France or you go to Dubai, they've got the train system, they've got the taxi system, they've got a bus system, and they've got a BRT, a bus rapid transport system in place. Why is it that in Zimbabwe we are only having want to use one system? Our train is 10 hours shika, kashanda nasi mangwana, haisukushanda. So we can't have that in such a society. What we are trying to do, it can't. Haishandi, haibudi meti yacho. Okay. Kelvin Nyanongo, what do you have to say? Mr. Mnangagwa must also come to South Africa and see for himself. Udakwashi Deka is saying that Mnangagwa and his regime, they are all the real abuse. They are real abusing us as citizens of this nation. ZUPCO bus are not enough to ferry people to and from work. Concurring with me there, Mr. Kudakwashi. Yeah, those are the things that, we need to look at. They need to come here. The system that is here, it's pretty much easy. If you come here to South Africa, you can see how the system works. It's easy, though it's not perfect, but at least people are not struggling. They can only struggle when there is a strike. When there's a taxi strike, that's when they struggle. But without a taxi strike, people, yes, they queue, but they don't queue for more than 3 hours. You can't find people queuing until one 11. You know, it cannot be such a system. You need to have a viable system that people can use. As I was saying, you go Kunana, you go to France, rich people are actually using a speed train system. We don't even have a functional railway system that can take people from Harare to Bulawayo. It's not there. So, but it was there before. There was a train system which I shattered my gates, it was there. But what happened? All the things, the cables, they vandalized, the railways, they've been vandalized. I wanted to check. There is a video that I wanted to show you of what they said. Somewhere. Okay. They said this in 2019. Okay. No, they think it's trying to get to the notification to where they said this thing. I think where they said they had a deal with the Russians in 2019. Just search here. Let's see here if I can find it. Right. All right. Let me see here what they said here. If I can find the video. It was posted, I think, by Hopo in 2020. I'm just trying to find the video. But anyway, I'll comment on it maybe tomorrow if I can find the video. But what I wanted to show you was they said they were going to implement a system that was going to be used, that they had an agreement that they said they had with Russia, and it was going to take them around 6 to 8 months to finish. But up to now, it's not yet there. You know, it's not there. Just checking on the videos here. But anyway, we don't want to waste much of your time. Anyway, let's come back to the comments. Okay, JJ Tau, I'm here in Libreville. They have those Toyota Corolla. Hakuna zvekuti unombomira parod for 5 minutes. Your money chete kungotaura mari yavo nayo kwari kuenda. Zvakuna taxi driver kuti anotora mari here yaanotaura oro musara. Uchisara kudaro unenge uchitomisa imwe taxi. Like I was in Benin in 2012, and bane these motorbikes, those ones that the ones that they call them keke, and you know those motorbikes, they use them those motorbikes for transporting people. The same with Nigeria, Okada. The same with the likes of Kenya, the likes of if you go even Tanzania, it's the same thing. So every country, it has this problem. Every morning you can't stop traffic, that is inevitable, but at least people are getting to work on time because there is a system that is functional. But if you then have a problem with it, there is no functional system, or people, they don't have an option, they don't have plan B. Kana ZUPCO rekatofa, and some of the drivers, they are one drivers, they drive badly. Let me see here, excuse me. ZANU-PF is kept on today, cop arrested because he shot his wife. But in Zim police, they are killing and brutalizing people, but the government doesn't say anything. I think it's high time we stand up as citizens and fight the government. That's Mugari Takudzo. Yes, I also remember, was it 2020, if I'm not mistaken, there was a police officer who shot a Down syndrome boy in El Dorado Park, and that policeman got arrested He got arrested for that. The following day, people protested and they were burning tires and everything, and that policeman got arrested. Right now, there is no police officer that has been arrested for any public violence in the past 2 years. In the past, 5 years. There is no police officer that I recall, except munhu anenge atwita zvekutoti abatwa achiba. But those that are say that when they are doing wrongful work, they are not being arrested. Right now, muno South Africa, muno independent IPD, Independent Police Directorate. That police is the police, right? To make sure that the police are policed, because who is going to police the police if there is no one who makes sure that they abide by the law? Because most of the time pari kutorera vanhu mari havana kana matiketi emabhuku, varongoti ndipe $5 and then that's it. So who is going to police the police? It's a problem. So we need Makombi, we need my private players in this business. My bars, they can be availed, but at least people must have at least 4 or 5 choices for them to operate in the, especially in the CBD, where there is a lot of transport problems. Because if one kind of town, like chimwe chiri kukonzera kuti even mota dziwande mutown is because people, they are sacrificing to buy cars so that they don't have a transport problem. Mota dzawanda. But imagine if you have got an efficient transport system yekuti uri kumba kwako ukangofunga kuti na 10 o'clock I want to leave ndidawenda mutown, you don't have to dread to go to town, right? No one is going to be thinking about buying his own vehicle, because they know if I want to go to Zimbabwe, ndangopinda mutown ndanobata imekombi inomusiya kumaoko, kana ndaenda kwakati, if I want to move from Magwegwe to Nkulumane, I can take a kombi and it can take me there. But if you then have a system whereby people are dreading the transport system, the only solution is, as a family, we can then say, look, we'd rather sacrifice the small dollars that we're getting and total sacrifice to change our motor. But at the same time, we are causing congestion in town, right? Causing congestion in town, and then because the more the cars you have, the more it damages the road. So that equilibrium is not even there. I was talking to one engineer the other day, and he was saying something like they are celebrating that they fixed the Zimbabwean roads, especially these main roads. But tell you what is happening. I'm telling you, this is a true story. I was talking to an engineer from the UK a few months ago, and he was saying to me, what makes South African roads to last longer than the Zimbabwean roads is this. Zimbabwean roads are it's a conduit for DRC Congo, for Tanzania, for Zambia, for all these roads. So what people do is, my companies, they know that in Zimbabwean road there is not even a single way bridge in the Zimbabwean road. Saka musina a single way bridge. What then happens is that in these roads, my transporter akashika pa bait bridge, vanoenda pa truck stop, they offload, vanokwanisa kuoffloada truck 1 vozadza, vanogona kubva kuno South Africa with 2 trucks. That truck inosvika ichidzokera paborder, inongocrossa, and then offload rozadzwa muna another truck, then it crosses. Just because there is no way bridge in the middle, those trucks are the reason why Zimbabwean roads are singagari. So they can celebrate all they want, but if they don't put my way bridges, then it's a problem. You understand? So as much as we celebrate the fixing of the roads, but it's not going to last, that I can tell you, because my trucks are not cross agenda with DRC and Zambia and Malawi and Mozambique. They are going to damage those roads. You understand? So this is another problem. So we are faced with a problem. One, we have got damaged roads, and also have unscrupulous business people, because the trucking companies, they are chasing profits. And if they can see, okay, in South Africa we cannot do that, because before you get to Polokwane, there is a way bridge. I think there are two-way bridges on the road, and there is another way bridge at the border. It means that you cannot overload. But when you get to Zimbabwe side, you can overload, and the truck can go and go. Those are the trucks that are damaging the roads, and the government is not going to do nothing about it. So, as we are grappling with that problem, we are still going to find the same problem in road in the next few years, if we are not going to solve that. But anyway, it's a story for another day. I just wanted to give you some light into that. Anyway, let me just read some of the comments before I close. Libat Mnyaradzi Pride Zengwe saying, this time around, I think we should take actions as citizens, because these police are being used to unpay for their work, than they are rubbish. Let me see here who is here, Shingi. Jekuti Makombe ese angari under against human rights. Yes, no, you cannot work. We cannot be going against the tribe when we have a dysfunctional system in our country. We cannot be doing that. We have to follow what others are doing. We must also build taxi rank, and they can also build some taxis so that they can decongest the CBD. Yes, that's also another good point. All right. Then there's this other comment here that I saw. We're sick and tired of being of this ZANU-PF who say become criminals under the ZANU-PF government. This must come and CCC must take over. Anyway, that is your comments, and thank you so much for being part of that. Let me see if there's anyone here on our WhatsApp line. No, there is no one. So that's all for today. Thank you so much for being part of the conversation and for giving us your comments. We really much appreciate them. We love to hear from you. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of my brother Chris Sakubende. Please go and check his channel. It's Kofex Music. He is the one who gave us that song that we're going to close the show with. Please go and subscribe to his channel and also support him in all the music that he releases. And
tenzi wangu mambo wema zitenzi ndiminyatene munobazano kune vaperero taperero ishe wangu
timiganyatene mutana wa mazera hakuna wakafanana ne mutirindire shema kwevana
kuvavona vachifamba toti zvavo pfungwa dziri kure apo mwoyo yakaputsika
kuberereka namakwiningwi
yabva kumusoro yakasombomhanya kombiyo pendaiona ndapinda ngoti ndakufamba saka ndazozonga kombi yangu kumashure ndatoswevha kubuda murodhi chibva yangotanga kutopikiduka ndaitoyorowera mumadziro apo saka ndabva ndatomhanya bva ndatotanga kubudisa vana mota muya muti vakanga vakuwara vaita sei saka kumashure mekombiyuta kune mota yemapurisa ingairikudi yakayakuteera saka payangototi vaita accident vabva yatoita u10 vaitoda kutanga kutisa saka mukadzi wangu kwabva pasvika imwe mota mukadzi wangu bva atopinda mota nini achinongedza kuti iyi ndo mota ine mapurisa akonzeresa accident vachero vari batwa vazoiwa nawo apa tatabva tanga kubatwa vana vakwara vechikoro nadhiraivha vacho navamwe vanga varimo tuvabva kungokwara kupira pasipoti ipapo
tatine mota
Thank you.